Okay, so this is a common question which used to happen earlier, and I saw this question even recently in one of our groups. So, what is the impact of a 498A or a DV case on your job or career? And here we will discuss more specifically about IPC 498A and such criminal cases because a DV case is anyway mostly a civil case, quasi civil, quasi criminal. So let's not go into that. Broadly, there is not much impact of a 498A case on your job or career, and the reason is very simple because most of the big corporations, MNCs, Indian companies, they all have a lot of people facing these cases in their companies. So if they decide to fire, everyone who has a 490-day case, pretty much they will have to fire off a lot of their workers. Even probably people in the middle management or senior management also. So they simply cannot afford to do it. So that is the logistical and the practical part of why it's not a problem. Most important thing is that one has to maintain his job performance because the corporates do not care about anybody's personal life, even though many people may think they do, but that's not the fact. What they care about is your performance on the job, and that's what people are hired to do. And many a time when there is a business downturn or if there's a individual performance issue, that will be the reason why a person will get fired from the job, and not because of he has a 490-day case on him. Now the other practical part is that 498-day case actually does not have too many court dates, especially in the big cities. I have observed that you may get a date after 3 months or so in the initial few years, and only after the evidence stage the case starts to proceed like once a month or so. In smaller cities it may proceed more quickly. So broadly speaking, managing the court dates to attend 498A is not a huge issue. There is another practical aspect that there was a question that I want to change my job, and should I what happens in the new company. So basically this is a very simple fact that if you are working in a team where you're already known for a few years, then your performance is known, your team members, the manager, you already have a performance and a track record. So that will help you to create a ready-made track record, and nobody needs to worry about your performance record because it's already known to everyone, which is not the case if you move to a new company, because you may have to set some new performance record or whatever in the initial few months, and thereafter it may become easier because by that time you have a certain track record and a certain reputation, so to speak. The other point is that when you are working in a company for several years, it's easy to get leaves, and maybe you have to go out of the company for a few hours. It may be much easier, let's say to attend a court date or whatever else it might be, which may not be the case in a new company, initially at least, right? Now there was another question that should I disclose my cases in the new company? Well, it's a very simple thing. Forget new company. Even if you have an inkling of a cases coming up or there is a problem, you should inform your current company and HR. Not informing actually creates bigger problems in the future, because sometimes it is known that there are some women who will call your office, or they may even send an email to your HR, and they will write all kind of crazy stories that my husband has tortured me for dowry, I have filed a 490-day case, he's a XYZ kind of a person, he's not a reputable person, he's bad, he's whatnot. Which creates a kind of a shocking scenario because nobody expects it. So, but I have observed many people have said that they already inform their manager or HR, especially the manager, because HR department might be more of a very corporate kind of thinking process, and they may not have that much empathy, even though logically speaking they're supposed to have. But your manager may be somebody who might be more inclined to listen and empathize with you. So inform your manager first, and HR preferably. Now, what if you join a new company? Now, here again, non-disclosing, especially if it's on the form, if the company form says that, do you have any pending case or whatever? Non-disclosure, I think, in general, it's a very bad idea, because you're already showing you to be someone who doesn't have too much integrity. You want to be able to lie. Now, even though it may be a convenient lie, you may say that, I will perform well, but doesn't reflect very highly on a person's ethical and moral standards. So always disclose if it's on the form, and even if it's not on the form, employment form, it's a good idea to disclose it, because otherwise suddenly one day you will ask that, I have to go to this court for half a day. Then you have to tell the story, right? So it will come as a shock. The same principle, don't shock people. And how to smoothen out the process is that you can always tell, whether it's your current company or a new company, that whatever cases you have, whether it's already there is a 498 day, or there is no case as such, even if there is only your wife is living separately, you can always say that I will handle my personal problems myself, and it will not impact my work. Okay, it's mentioned as your work, but basically it will not impact your work output for the company. So that's what I think what you need to focus on, and I hope I have covered all the points. So that's why I created this video, because I think probably it's a better format to be able to solve this problem once and for all. Thank you.